Things I am loving and things that are just filling my heart. I'm talking about flowers and plants in my yard and in my garden. And I'm talking about visits from the cardinals, birds singing, a few family visits, and a wonderful family announcement. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm really excited about this video today because I just have so much to share with you. Things that just make me happy and feel joyful, things that I appreciate and I'm so very thankful for, and things that just fill my heart and fill my life these days. Now, I do a things I am loving video once every month or two, and it can involve different things, household things that we have in here or that we got for our home, or maybe a piece of clothing or a new lipstick, things like that. But I have so much to share with you about just day to day living things that I am just loving. I'll show you a few clips of the things outside, but one thing is my front yard. Now, we have some plants up there towards the house, and the mulch needed refreshed and the plants needed trimmed. And my grandson Noah, who lives here also, did that for us. He cleaned up the bushes and refreshed the mulch, and it just looks so good. So I'll show you that. Another thing that I am loving, which is outdoors also, are the beautiful flowers that have bloomed on some of the bushes around our house. I think they're azaleas. I'm no gardener. I don't know much about plants, but they came in fast and they were gorgeous, extra big this year, and now they've all gone already. So I think that's what azaleas do. And last year we planted a bottle brush bush. I think it's called a red bottle brush bush. That's not easy to say. And it has over doubled in size. And the blooms come out twice a year, and they look like bottle brushes, but they're in a beautiful shade of red. Well, my goodness, I am just so pleased with all the blooms we have. And it'll bloom again, I think, in December. It blooms twice a year. Again, they don't last long, maybe 3 weeks, and then they start to fade away. So I want to show you that as well. Another thing we've done that I am just loving is we repainted our front door. It was white, and we decided to paint it in like just a beautiful kind of turquoise, beachy turquoise color. My goodness, did it ever brighten up the front of the house. And so we already had the porch ceiling and the patio ceiling painted, and they were in something called blue. I think it was called hot blue, HOUGHT or something like that. And it's just kind of a thing in the South where you paint your ceilings, outdoor ceilings, in a light blue to ward off evil spirits. I think that's why they do it. I do it because I love the look. Well, we refreshed them and got a brighter shade of blue. And oh my goodness, it just looks so pretty and it ties in with the front door. So here's a little clip of that. And as usual, I get my daily visits from Cardinals. And I have some great footage of two of them, the male and the female, in my bottle brush bush. So let me show you that. All my regulars know how much I love being outside, and I spend a lot of time outside. Well, the mornings are my quiet time. I just like to sit and reflect and, just drink my coffee and have some peace and quiet. But the birds don't want me to have peace and quiet. I'm telling you, I've never been into birds. They are around me constantly, just different regular little birds. I mean, they walk on the patio right up to my feet. They're just walking around. They sing and chirp and everything. So I took a clip of the other morning. I believe it was daylight by then. But so you could hear how loud these birds are. And, they have different calls. I guess they're calling for a mate. I don't know what they're doing. But listen to this. Do you get birds that are that loud? And this goes on every day. So that's the things I am loving outside. Now I want to talk about a few family things. First of all, my son Sean, he's my middle son, he's 53. Him and his wife and their son Avery came down for spring break. Avery is a junior in high school and they get a week off. So they came down about the end of March and stayed for 8 days. We just had such a great time. It was wonderful having them here. We had a lot of fun.
good.
And the week before they came, their daughter, Austin, my only grandchild, she was on her college spring break. She's a sophomore at James Madison University in Virginia. And so she came down for a full week and spent time with us. And oh, it was just wonderful. We are just so blessed that our grandchildren want to come here and want to spend time with us. That means so very much to us. I have two more things to share with you. One is Ken, my brother in law, bought another house. Yep, if you know the story, he lived in one house where him and my sister lived, and when she passed away, he moved down on our street, 5 houses away from us. And he's been there about a year and 4, maybe 5 months, and a house became for sale across the street from us, and he bought that one. So he'll be moving in there on May the 7th. This is a house that him and my sister looked at 7 years ago when they first came down here. And they wanted to buy a house to spend the winters here and the summers in Pennsylvania. Well, he loved this house, just loved it. And my sister didn't. And so they ended up not going with it. But he talked about that house for the last 7 years. It's the outdoor space. Ken loves to be in the sun. He loves to be around water. They've always had a pool ever since they were married, maybe 5 years. They've had a pool. And this house had a pool. It had everything. But like I said, my sister wasn't interested in it. So that was it. Well, someone else bought it at the time, and here it is 7 years later, and the people were moving, and it went for sale. And we found out even before it went on the market, told Ken about it. He went and looked at it. He said, I'll take it. And he did. So he will be moving from 5 houses down the road to directly across the street from us. We are so happy for him. I mean, he has just regretted not buying that house from 7 years ago, and now he'll be there. So after he closes and everything, I will do a video from his house. It is just beautiful. The outdoor space is where you can't even put it into words. And the last thing I have to share with you is my grandson, Tristan. He's our oldest grandson. He will be 27 in September. And he's the one that lived in the casita for 6 years here with us and worked with Dave those years painting houses. Well, he moved to Charlotte because he has a girlfriend, Melly. I've talked about her before, and they got engaged. We are thrilled. I just am so excited and happy for them. And again, I'll insert some pictures, but the wedding is going to be March 8th of 2026. So about 10, I guess 10 months or so. And we are looking forward to that. They had come here for the weekend, and Tristan had planned to propose to Melly, but she didn't know anything about it. So it was a secret. So they came here for the weekend, which is normal because they do come and visit us. And while they were here, they were going out to a restaurant to eat in Savannah Saturday night. He had planned to propose to her in Savannah because that is where they met. So they got to Savannah and he proposed. It was such a beautiful, beautiful thing. Tristan had arranged for a photographer to be there to take pictures of the engagement and the proposal. So they came back that night. We got to see the ring, congratulate them, see the pictures. It was just, oh my gosh, such a wonderful weekend. So Tristan will be the first grandchild to get married. Now, you know, in future videos, I'm going to be talking about wedding stuff. I mean, like what kind of dress I want to wear to the wedding and things like that. But I've got a good 10 and a half months, so I won't start looking for a little while. So those are the things I have been loving. I love sharing with you all. I would really like to know, what are you loving right now? It could be something material if you have something that you're just really enjoying, or what are you just loving in your life? You know, what has brought you a lot of happiness in this past month? Do you enjoy being outside as much as I do? Do those little things, you know, bring a smile to your face? I know all you gardeners love it when you see your gardens bloom and they're so colorful and beautiful. Now, I tried gardening and it just isn't quite for me, but I really enjoy being out there and watching the few things that I planted kind of come to life. So tell me something in the comment section that you are loving right now. It could be a new haircut, a new pair of shoes you got, something outside, a new activity, anything. I love to hear what brings people happiness and what they are enjoying in their life. Now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. In honor of Easter this Sunday, I would like to read you an Easter poem, and it's by Virginia Ellis. It's called God's Most Amazing Grace. If there had been another way, do you think he would have died? No other man could take his place, not even if one tried. God did not ask for volunteers, but even if he had, would you have said, "Take me instead"? Folks would have thought you mad. None of us was good enough to take his place upon the cross. None of us was rich enough to have paid that high a cost. It's hard to believe a loving God would sacrifice his son, but it had to be that way, you see. He was the only one. He took our sin along with him, as directed from above. None of us so generous we would offer that much love. He said he would leave the tomb. He would ascend to heaven. 3 days later he was gone. Hallelujah, he was risen. Brother, you could not substitute, you could not take his place. He took yours the only way, God's most amazing grace. Oh, wow. Where would we be without God's grace? How many times have we turned away from someone when we could have offered them grace? Not on that level. None of us have that much love in our hearts on the level that God has. But we could offer grace to someone who asks for it or who needs it. We're so quick to judge or turn away from someone or get our feelings hurt or get mad about something. And yet, we could just take a few moments to offer a little grace to someone. Or how about to ourselves? Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves, our worst critic. We beat ourselves up, and we got that voice in our head just talking us down. Why can't we offer ourselves a little grace? I believe that by Jesus dying on the cross for our sins and our wrongdoings, there's a lesson in that the grace that he gave to us should teach us that on some small, teeny level that we could offer grace to someone else. I wish you all a very happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. My grandson Luke is coming for the weekend, so we'll get to spend time with him. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.